Now, in high definition, this is 13 WMAZ Eyewitness News at 5.
Thanks for joining us for Eyewitness News at 5. I'm Laurel Lynch-Jones.
And I'm Leah Johnson. Frank Malloy has the night off.
Our top story at 5, just under an hour from now, Macon Mayor Robert Rickert and Macon City Council members will take their oaths to serve the city at the inauguration of the mayor's second term. It starts at 6 tonight in the City Council chamber. Eleanor Lizardson is live at City Hall, and she spoke with both of the new council members. Eleanor, what can you tell us?
That's right. Councilman-elect Henry Gibson and Councilwoman-elect Beverly Olson will both be here in council chambers in just under an hour. Henry Gibson won the Ward 2 Post 2 race against Mike Cranford. Olson is taking on Eric Erickson's recently vacated seat. That is the Ward 5 Post 5 seat. So a lot of them have been in City Hall a lot since the election, and I caught up with them today to talk to them about what they see as the biggest challenges facing council right now. Gibson says he sees a lot of personal agendas interfering with city business.
I got the feeling that, there was some councilmen that thought that they just had to always agree with the mayor. I had a problem with that.
He says he's concerned that the mayor essentially has a rubber stamp committee on council, and during his time, he really wants to see council judge legislation based on its merits, not its sponsor. Now, Beverly has also spent a lot of time in council chambers since being elected. She says she sees a strong racial divide amongst council people.
I've seen a racial divide, and I don't think there's any room for that. I've seen it in votes, a lot of votes, and it's strictly, people see it one way or people see it another way.
Olson is a trustee of the Knight Foundation. She says she's familiar with the challenges of working for the public good with a diverse group of people, and she hopes her skills will help bridge some of those racial gaps. She says first things first, she'd like to shake up the seating arrangement in council a little bit, change up the seating arrangement around this horseshoe, and she says that's one of the first things she'll consider doing. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Eleanor. We'll check back with you again a little later tonight. Once again, the inauguration of Mayor Robert Rickert starts at 6 o'clock.
An administrative law judge is set to review the punishments for 2 Macon-Bibb firefighters tomorrow. The review comes after this footage of a hoax shooting ended up on YouTube. Chris Hughes and Sergeant Joshua Brewer will appear before the judge tomorrow at 9 a.m. Fire Chief Marvin Riggins fired Hughes following the prank, and Brewer faces a 10-week suspension and demotion. The hearing will be at the Department of Office of Human Resources in Macon. Neither would comment on the case.
Macon police say violent crime decreased this year compared to last year. The number of homicides dropped by 35%, robberies by 11%, and aggravated assaults declined by 17%. Police say last year 69 people were shot. So far this year, there's been 39 shootings. Macon Police Lieutenant Carl Fletcher says he believes more people coming forward to report crimes and a strong partnership with the District Attorney's Office helped cut the numbers this year.
The crime in this city is committed by a small segment of the population. We are catching that small segment, the recidivist people, and the DA's office are handing down real stiff penalties.
Not all serious crime declined. Police did see more burglaries and larcenies than in 2010.
A Kathleen man is out on bail today after security agents at Hartsville-Jackson Airport arrested him Sunday for carrying a loaded handgun in his carry-on luggage. Police say Richard Popkin of Kathleen unloaded the .22 caliber weapon, but the gun discharged, grazing the face of a police officer. Officers charged Popkin with carrying a deadly weapon at a public gathering. Popkin told officers that he didn't realize the gun was still in his bag.
The National Transportation Safety Board has called for an outright ban on phoning or texting while driving, except in emergencies. The board said it recommended the ban after finding that a 19-year-old was texting while driving and caused a deadly highway pileup in Missouri last year. It killed 2 people and injured 38. The Safety Board doesn't have the power to impose regulations, but its recommendations carry significant weight with lawmakers. Georgia law bans cell phone use for people under the age of 18 and bans texting while driving for everyone. But the author of that law, Macon State Representative Alan Peake, says the NTSB's recommendation goes too far. He told 13 WMAZ he would not support an outright ban on talking on the phone while driving. In fact, Peake said he was talking to us over a cell phone while driving. Today's 13 WMAZ text poll asked, do you think there should be a national law banning cell phone use in cars? Text yes or no to 25543 to vote. Standard messaging and data rates may apply. We'll have your answers at the end of the newscast.
Georgia could face $9 million in federal cuts for programs to fight drug and alcohol abuse. That's according to a news release from the Georgia Association of Community Service Boards. Here in Middle Georgia, those cuts could affect 3 programs in Milledgeville that reach out to people with addictions. Carissa Jackson started rehab with the Hope House program 7 months ago. The program offers housing, classes, and work with addicts trying to turn their lives around. Workers with the Hope House say that they offer 10 beds, but if the cuts go through, that number will be cut. They say there's already a waiting list to get into the program.
If this program is no longer in existence, then a person will go into a detox program and stay up to 7 days, maybe 10 days. They are right back into the community that they came from, and most of the time those communities are drug infested.
A member from the Georgia Association of Community Service Boards says that the Senate is scheduled to vote on the cuts Friday. Workers at the Oconee Center plan to meet with state lawmakers Thursday to talk about the importance of the program.
All righty, here's what's going on for tonight. Another cool one coming our way. It's going to be mostly clear in the low 40s. Tomorrow we're looking at a lot of sunshine, warming up, upper 60s, low 70s on Thursday. And a little chance of rain on Friday, but I'll show you the latest on that. Future View comes up in just minutes. Ladies.
All right, thank you, Ben. Talk to you again in just a few minutes. Before we go to break, we want to remind you that the funeral for former state Senator Robert Brown is tomorrow. It starts at 1 p.m. at Greater Zion Baptist Church. That's at 2656 Napier Avenue in Macon. Legendary civil rights activist Reverend Joseph Lowry is scheduled to speak, along with former Macon Mayor and Congressman Jim Marshall. That's among others.
Brown died last Thursday from a self-inflicted gunshot wound that was ruled a suicide. We will be right back.